I'm here today with Brian Connaughton from Excelsior Development, and we are sitting here at 359 Linwood Ave, Newton, Mass, in the Lexi, his latest completed project. And we're just going to do a little Q&A today. Hi, Brian. Thanks
Hi.
for joining us.
Hi, Elena. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I just want to ask you a few questions just to get to know you a little more and how you got into this. So let me ask you, how did you get started?
So I've always been fascinated with construction and building. I've had a couple uncles in the business, so I kind of grew up around that. And my father was in property management, so just kind of seemed like a natural thing for me to do. And I thoroughly enjoy building things. So
Well, you're good at it.
Thank you.
So tell us, what are you working on now?
So we're kind of pivoting from some of the multifamily stuff and kind of going all in on the single families. So we have about 5 custom single family homes that we're going to be starting between Newton and Needham, Mass.
We've been working together for a while, and what I love about Brian is he is always ready to take a chance on new products and more like innovative items like digital valves and like the new Anthem collection. He put that in this home. So it's always fun to work with someone who's willing to try new things.
Yep.
All right, so tell me, where do you draw your inspiration from for these beautiful homes?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I appreciate all different types of architectural styles. I feel like each type is unique and has something to offer. I like to kind of take all of those things and combine some elements and kind of try to make my own type of design. But it's always refreshing to use different details in these homes to create something kind of outside of the box. And also it's just a passion for me. I wake up every morning excited to go to work. And these projects are my babies. So it's fun to see them come from, an idea and a vision to a reality. So I thoroughly enjoy doing it.
It's funny you said these projects are your babies because I can definitely see that. So, like, even when you come in the store and we're picking out projects, I can see you painting it in your mind how it's going to look. And it's like, oh, this one or this one. Yeah, no, this one will look good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's different themes and styles that we're trying to hit. So it's important that, all the fixtures and everything that goes into it are on theme with, what we're doing in that particular room.
I definitely appreciate your style. I always tell Brian that he has a great sense of style. He picks out all the finishes in the home when he comes in. He doesn't have a designer he works with. He comes in and he picks out the finishes, the styles, the vanities, everything. And he likes a more clean line look, a little more modern. But I can definitely see you mixing styles. And I really appreciate that because a lot of people tend to stick with the same thing. So it's fun to see a builder come in and have this great taste and pick out these innovative products and different things. And, I really like your style.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
So tell me, what's your favorite project that you've ever worked on?
I'd have to say we're sitting inside it right now, the Lexi. Special one for me, different type of style, more of like a Scandinavian type element. We have 4 units that we built here. Each, I feel, reads as a single family home. And it was just a lot of fun to do something new. Had to learn a lot of new things, but that's always part of the challenge. And I think it's been pretty well received by, customers and, people that have come to visit it. So
this is the last unit you have, right?
This is the last one. Yeah. Yep.
I really do like that you put the new digital Anthem in the primary bathroom here with the rain head and the hand shower. I think it looks so upscale.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think that's important too, especially to the buyers. I think, they're really looking at what's in the primary, bathroom, and they want new cutting edge things. And I think that's the type of clientele that likes these modern designs. So I think they definitely appreciate that as well.
So tell me, which room in the house do you spend the most money on? Like, what room do you splurge on?
So there's probably 2 really. One would be the kitchen, because everyone knows that's the heart of the house. That's where everyone gathers, they eat, they conversate. It's kind of the family oriented space. No matter what, you always seem to find people gathering in there. Even when you have a nice couch and living room to sit in, no one leaves the kitchen.
It's the heart of the home.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think anything that we can do to make that more efficient, whether it's different types of, spray faucets or work and task sinks with different attachments that people can use and maximize some of the space in the kitchen, so they have more room for these guests.
Yeah, the workstation sink. That's really been a thing that I've seen in kitchen design that is becoming more prominent.
Right.
Is the workstation sink. I think people are looking at their kitchen sink now in a little bit of a different way, where it's not just a place where you put dirty dishes.
Right.
It's a place where you actually it has more of a function.
Right.
You can prep food, you can use it, to not just keep the dirty dishes, but
Right.
wash them and dry them in there and have drying racks and
Sure.
things like that, and cutting boards and colanders. So,
Right. And with the food prep, you're usually washing things off first anyway. So rather than drip them across the floor and the counter, you can chop right there. You can, soak right there. So you can kind of get it all done and keep everything cleaner.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And then you said the other room would be the primary bathroom.
So the primary bathroom's definitely a big area for us. I think, the decision maker of the house is going to be living there, and they're deciding whether or not to buy it.
Mhm.
And I understand, you want to be comfortable. You want to have all your needs met. So, anytime we have an opportunity to do something new and innovative with, some of the Anthem designs and the digital thermostatic valves, we jump all over that, because I think it's just like another cool feature that people will enjoy and make it more comfortable for them in their day-to-day lives. So.
I also noticed in the primary bathroom, you like to put like a nice big long vanity with double sinks and
Right.
nice lit mirrors, beautiful sleek faucets, like the one-piece toilet.
Right.
So it really, to me, when you do a primary bathroom, I walk in there and I feel like I'm at a luxury resort a little bit.
Right.
It definitely has that feel.
Yeah, we want you to feel pampered. I mean, this is your house; you deserve it. I've learned firsthand from using a sink with my wife. We have double sinks, but there's just never enough room, never enough counter space.
Right.
So yeah, it's important to be comfortable. Absolutely.
It's where you get ready for your day.
Right.
It's where you wake up, you get ready for your day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Success starts in the primary bathroom.
Success starts in the primary bathroom. I love it. Okay, Brian. So tell me, what's your favorite part of your profession?
Ooh, I really do love all of it. I alluded to this earlier. It's a passion thing for me. So it doesn't matter how many hours we're putting in, and a lot of people don't see all the work, behind the scenes. And sometimes we're developing and designing these projects and redesigning these projects for a year before they're even, started. Mm-hmm. And then we're constantly making tweaks along the way, trying to figure out how we can do things better. And sometimes you see that on site and you have to make some changes. But I think I have these visions like kind of in my head of how I want to build something. And it's tough to get that on a piece of paper or just write that out. So we're constantly there working together with my team and, figuring these things out to make it optimal for the particular spaces. And it's just so rewarding for me to see it from the vision in my head to the paper to the final product to people living in it, enjoying it.
Yeah.
It truly is like having a child. You raise it right up until, they're adults. And
well,
beyond.
It's an idea you had in your brain and you essentially like gave birth to it and made it a reality.
Right.
I'm always so impressed with my trade professionals who, like my builders and my designers, who can get from that idea to the completion. And it's so much problem solving, like on the spot.
Right.
Like I feel like you have to be really good at, moving quick and thinking quick and coming up with a solution and keeping your cool too.
Right.
It's like, okay, this pipe just broke. Okay, well, it happens. This is what we're going to have to do to fix it. So I'm always really impressed with how you can get the idea out of your head to completion, but then deal with all the stuff in between.
No, it's definitely a challenge. And that's something that I've learned over years. There's really no substitute for experience. Like you got to put yourself in the line of fire. You got to be there and you got to learn how to think. And hopefully from each project, you pick something up so you're a little better for the next one. It's too costly to make the same mistake twice in this industry. So you really got to be learning and open to new ideas and, moving on the spot, like you said.
Yeah. And I do notice that you, like when we work together, you come in right at the beginning of the project. Like I think the foundation is poured when you come in, maybe even before that.
Right.
He comes in with his plans and we sit down and he starts like painting the picture in his head. I can see the gears turning. And he's like, what do you have? What do you suggest? What's the new stuff?
Right.
What are people doing here?
Right.
And then we start working on it and building a quote and then come up with a picture book. And then, so that's kind of like checking that off your list.
Right.
And I'm always so impressed with like how you come in and you pick everything out. We get it all set and done early, and then it's usually like months later
Right.
you actually need the physical items. But it's nice because it's all there and you know what you're gonna do.
And bless you for all the patience that you
Oh
have.
no! Oh my god!
Sometimes
I
we're in
love
there for
working
5 or
with you.
6 hours.
I don't
going
mind,
through all
Brian.
of it,
I
but
don't
yeah.
mind at all. I love working with you. I think it's
Likewise.
so fun. Also, I wanted to ask you, someone starting in your industry, do you have any advice for them? Like anything you wish you knew from the beginning?
I'd say it's not going to be easy. HGTV kind of says that it is, and you see
Right.
these things that kind of lead you to believe that
It can happen in a
you can
half
just
an
do
hour.
it. But again, there's no substitute for experience. You got to be here. You got to have your hands on all phases and aspects of the job. You got to understand, how plumbing, electrical, HVAC, how it all works and how things work together. So just putting the time in and putting the hours and, being willing to roll up your sleeves and do whatever you need to do to get a project done. I think that's invaluable. There's
That's
nothing
good.
you can really learn in a book that will teach you that. It's just, you got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, like having like maybe like the right people that you
Right.
can go to is important too. So
Definitely.
now we work together for plumbing stuff,
Right.
but plumbing products. But you also work with, so where you come to my Kohler store and we work together for that. But then you also work with my company, Supply New England,
Right.
to do, I think it's like the heating system.
Yep. So we do a lot of the Navians that we work with you guys and buy some other mechanical equipment.
Yeah.
Very helpful. Big shout out to Jeff Massey.
Jeff is awesome. I like Jeff.
Yeah, he's awesome. Great team to work with.
Mhm.
Things get here right away. We're not waiting on things. So
That's good.
it's always helpful.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. So, Brian, where can our followers find you?
Yeah. We're on Instagram. It's Excelsior_development. And we're also online at ExcelsiorDP.com. And we like to post project updates and pictures and stuff there. So feel free to follow along.
I do. I follow along the Excelsior Development Instagram page. I love it. And I see you right now clearing out
Right.
some land and
Right.
digging up some foundation. So tell us a little about that project.
Yeah, it's
that
not
you're
just the
working on.
glamour shots. It's everything that goes into these projects.
Yeah.
So we have a big site that we're working on in Needham that we actually have to bring a new road into. And that's going to be a 2-lot subdivision. So there's a lot of drainage and infrastructure that has to happen, before that can all take place. So we're kind of working on the site work and some blasting and things coming up. So,
Blasting.
yeah, it's going to be it's uncharted territory for me, but
Really?
yeah.
Oh my.
But it's going to be it'll be fun.
That's fun. Can I ask you, I always wonder, so I see on your Instagram page that you're doing all this digging, and then I see an existing home next door.
Right.
Like, do you go next door to the neighbors ahead of time and say,
Always.
you're going to hate me, I'm sorry?
Right. No, I think it's very, very important to have open lines of communication with the neighbors because they have to live next to it. They have to tolerate all the noise. I'm not living there at the end of the day, and we want to be considerate and helpful as any way as we can. They all have my cell phone number. They know how to reach me. So,
Oh, really? That's nice.
Yeah. So whatever they need.
So if there's any problems, they can just call you.
Right. We want to make
That's
it as
nice.
painless as we can.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 5 houses?
So there's 2 houses there, and then we have a couple other projects going on in Newton. There'll be 2 singles in Waubun that we'll be working on. Yeah, that's going to be a really cool, big custom design. And then we have another smaller one in West Newton. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So we're getting all the planning phases and stuff done now, and hoping to break ground in the next 6 months or so.
Let me ask you, from the time that you find a lot that you want to build on to the time of completion, how long does it typically take? Would you say about a year and a half?
Probably closer to 2 years.
Really?
There's a lot of things that you have to work with planning and zoning, even to get to the building phase. So we're trying to always work with the town. And then we scrutinize over every little detail. So it's not like we're, able to mass produce a bunch of houses because each home is truly custom with, different things. And we feel like that's important. it's like art for us. So we want to
Nice.
make it unique.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. And then lastly, I just have one last question for you.
sure.
What is your favorite quote?
So my favorite quote, I'm not sure where I even heard it from, but it's it doesn't matter if you're a gazelle or a lion. When the sun comes up, you better be running.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one. And what do you take from that? Like, what does that mean to you?
I think you got to be up early. You got to be prepared. You got to be ready for whatever anything throws at you. And
Like
and
building a house,
yeah,
right?
work hard, do your best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
good. All right. Well, thank you so much for doing
Of
this
course.
today. It was really fun to come out here to the Lexi and see this place again. I wish I could move in here. Maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll
Me
be able to
too.
buy one of Brian's homes. All right. So thank you so much again. And we
Thank you for
really
having
appreciate
us.
you. And I'll see you to pick out stuff for the new projects.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks for
Awesome.
coming to see it.